And we are live. Ladies and germs, ladies and gentlemen, ladies, and whatever else shows up. Mostly guys, only guys. That's how that happens. Here on the podcast, this is the Horny Gnome Booze Cruise. I am the Horny Gnome, your fearless host. And we got something a little bit different tonight. I'm cleaning out my fridge. We got a lot of stuff that's built up over a long time. And so it's time to get at it. It's time to get rid of them. Sam says, "Shut up and drink." What's up, sir? Yeah, let's get to. I don't care. Let's get into the first one. So we're gonna just start off kind of crazy, and then we'll go further. So I've never had hard kombucha before. So I've heard about it. I just thought it was something that like health nuts drink or whatever. Never, ever heard of it. Well, some friends of mine got it. The big booper. Hey, man. Yeah, man. I look a lot like him. I'm not him, but I look a lot like him. So I had tried some different things, but I'd never tried this hard kombucha. I've tried a million other things, but somehow some of this ended up in my fridge. So this first one we're going to be trying is from June Shine. It is a grapefruit Paloma, which I will say that normally I love Paloma mixed drinks. If it's done right, even canned, if it's done right, is really good. Cayman Jack makes a really good variety pack that has like a margarita one in it and a couple other things like a Moscow Mule and something else, and then it has a Paloma. That Paloma is fantastic, and that's the level I hold every canned Paloma up to. And I've been really disappointed in a couple other ones, so I'm kind of excited to try this one just to see how it stacks up. I have no idea how any of this stuff tastes or anything like that. So this has grapefruit, lime, green tea, and June kombucha. So kombucha is like a fermented like a fermented and carbonated black tea. And so like I said, I've never ever had it before, but like four or five different varieties somehow ended up in my fridge, and I've just never drank them, just mostly based on fear that they would just suck. And we'll see if it proves me right or proves me wrong. We're either going to have some hidden treasures, we're going to have some canned disappointment. Either way, I'm here for the ride. So one more time, this is a grapefruit Paloma, 6%. This is made by, and also gluten-free, non-GMO, yada, yada, yada. It is made by Organic Kai, QAI, June Shine. It is organic, probiotic, gluten-free, hard kombucha. So that's what the can looks like. Nothing too fancy. There's a little closer up for everybody else. All right, let's give it the old sniff test here. Oh, it smells like a sour, like a kettle sour. Is what it smells like to me. Not a good one either. Let me be honest. I'm not smelling a whole lot of grapefruit, and that's kind of what I was hoping to smell right away. What I'm actually smelling is like rotten fruit, like fermented apple juice. Like, okay, here we go. God, I really don't. This, for some reason, I can drink hard liquor, like weird hard liquors and stuff like that, no problem. This though, this throw me off. All right, here we go. Okay. Oof. That's weird. Okay, so let me tell you that foundationally, it has something to it. It actually has like a good foundation for like a good taste. Not overly sweet, not overly bitter, has a nice little bite to it. And then somehow you mix that with like a cat shitting in your mouth. Maybe it's not that bad, but it's not. It's so the the aftertaste is so off-putting at first, and then it mellows out. Like I don't know how else to describe it, because like the initial hit, right? The initial on the front of your tongue is almost like Warhead's sour kind of bitter, which is actually really a nice pairing with the grapefruit. And then you get a little bit of floral kind of plant based kind of whatever. And then it just kind of goes to hell a little bit and then it smooths back out. Um gosh, that is so weird. I really wish that it had something more right in the middle just to give you one way or another on it, because it really does have like an almost too rough it almost has like almost like a too rough thing to it, like a too acidic thing to it or something, like almost like if you drank something really good then like kind of threw it back up in your mouth a little bit and then drank it again because you couldn't like spit or whatever. It has something weird like that, and that's the only way I can describe it. And if you guys haven't done that, you know what? I feel sorry for you. You really haven't lived. Um, I mean, okay, so other things I can compare this to is like ranch water is better than this. Um, but I do feel like this is better than some kettle sours I've had. Um, I wouldn't completely. I mean, I'm going to finish this, so it's at least a 5, right? Anything below a 5 for me, 5 out of 10. Anything below a 5 is a pour out. There is different degrees of a pour out below 5. This is going to be. I'll drink the whole thing. I will. Here, I'll take one more drink probably, and then I'll polish the whole thing off. It just has a weird back. No. It has a weird 3/4 taste, right? And that's the only way I can describe it. The front is really good, and the back end smooths out and almost has like a nice dry juice kind of flavor to it. Somewhere in the middle, something weird hits you, and I think it's the tea. Obviously, it's the kombucha part of it, the weird tea part of it that hits you, and it just like oh whoa, what was that? And then as soon as it hits, it recovers. So it's kind of weird. I don't know how else to describe it. I'm interested to see how this other one is going to be, because the other one is a midnight painkiller and it has charcoal in it, which I don't know what the charcoal does by any means, but it has coconut, pineapple, orange, and nutmeg in it. So it's going to be like a whole bunch of weird going on. So TJ says, "Stop sending me feet pics. Stop asking for them, TJ." And then Mork over on TikTok, what you tasting today? This June Shine, grapefruit Paloma, hard kombucha. I've never had hard kombucha before, which is like a fermented black tea. It's supposed to be good for you. It's organic, probiotic, gluten free, yada yada yada. Obviously, I'm not worried about anything being too damn healthy, but it's interesting. I'm just cleaning out my fridge. I don't know. It's something to try. I will say that. I don't know that I would like organically go buy it after this. I don't know if it's something I would be like, oh yeah, definitely like sign me up for a 12 pack. Never. Never. But I'll drink this one. Man, if you can get past that like No, not Grapefruit Radler. Grapefruit Radler tends to be much sweeter. This has a lot more kettle sour kind of vibes to it without any of the sweetness. So, yeah, that's what I said. It's just this one. And then this other one that I have another variety of this, another version of this, which is way different. And I'm interested to see how that all piles in together. I got a nice little Budweiser here for a palate cleanser before I crack into this next one. Let's get into kind of some stuff that happened this week. My one of my little sisters got married. I have 4 younger half sisters, 2 from my mom, 2 from my dad, and so my youngest on my dad's side got married, and super beautiful ceremony. It was at a theater, like an old theater here in Nebraska. It was really cool. Everybody came out to one song, and then she started coming out to like this violin wedding type song. And it took me a second to realize that it was actually the Jurassic Park theme song, the da 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 da, that song on violin, kind of slowed down and made like really pretty, like a wedding song. Hilarious, in my opinion. She's a big like movie nut and like loves dinosaurs and stuff like that. Apparently, he does too. And so like their wedding was kind of like dinosaur themed, like placeholders and stuff like that at the reception were dinosaurs. Their name was done in like the Jurassic Park theme song or the theme or font or whatever and stuff for the reception. It was super funny, but I thought it was super cute. They had a really nice reception or a really nice wedding. My brother-in-law is who married him, and he's a comedian, and he had kind of a fun, like really heartfelt thing. Um, and so yeah, man, stoked for our wedding. Our wedding's gonna be pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie. The only thing we're still kind of waiting to figure out or whatever is we think we know where we're gonna do the reception and stuff. We don't know where we're actually gonna do the ceremony yet. Um, we're That's kind of something we've got to figure out so we can start getting all the rest of the stuff kind of nailed down. But should be pretty dope. We're gonna have 4 beer guys. It's gonna be kind of out of control. I'm hoping for a hell of a banger because that's all it's gonna be. The wedding part of it's gonna be cool and whatever. Let's be real. Uh, the wedding is actually gonna be the party is gonna be where it's at. Uh, Actually, or my like one of my best friends, probably my best friend, Fat Jesus, aka Travis. He's gonna be doing the ceremony for us. We've already gotten that part of it ironed out. So pretty excited. If you're a fan of the show, if you watch TikToks and stuff like that, you know who he is. So it's gonna be pretty awesome. And yeah, and it's gonna be. I think we're like 7 deep on both sides, so it's gonna be big as far as like wedding party. And then obviously it's gonna be big anyhow. It's me. I don't do anything small, so it should be pretty dope. So let me palate cleanse this out a little bit, and we'll try this next one. I think I'm gonna jump into the Pilsner first, and then we'll come back and revisit this that kombucha. Wow, I will say this: the kombucha pulls the taste buds way down. That Budweiser was super super sweet. Zach from Tennessee, what's going on, man? Howdy, how are you? All right. Well, let's pour this next one out. So this is what I'm going to premise this next one from. I'm going to premise it with a couple things. Brickway is from Omaha, Nebraska. That's where this beer is from. I will say that I very much so enjoy Brickway's spirits. I've had a few of their spirits. And out of the 7 or 8 beers that I've had that Brickway's made, I have not liked any of them. And yes, that probably makes me a beer snob. It is what it is. None of them have really impressed me. So, what I will say is that this beer is a 2019 Gold American Beer Festival winner for chili beer. I don't know what chili beer means. But this is a jalapeno pineapple, which sounds fantastic, Pilsner. It's got this cool, like, traditional Indian art style kind of can art, which is pretty rad. Nothing too out of control, but it's cool looking. It's nothing. There's a little close up. It looks cool, I think. But I will say this. I received 5 of these. I think it was 5. It could have been 4. 4 or 5 of these as a get these out of my fridge because they're disgusting. 2, a buddy is the one that gave it to me, and they've been in my fridge for months. I just been waiting to try them. It's probably been a few months. And he and his brother were not a fan. Super, super not a fan. So I am interested to see whether I hate it too, and it's just like unanimous that we hate it, or if I like it and they just don't have refined taste buds for beer. It is a 4.8% ABV jalapeno pineapple Pilsner. It sounds really intriguing. I don't have high hopes, just based on my friends trying it and them hating it. And they're not beer people, though, mind you. They don't, I mean, they try different ones, but they're not big beer people. So that's why I'm not really, like, counting it out yet. Okay. It's got my attention. Very heavy jalapeno on the nose. I will say I am a little stuffed up. I've had, like, allergies, bad allergies for the last, I don't know, probably 2 weeks now. All right. Let's go. I will say let down. That isn't a cool story, bro. Not do a backflip. Whiskey. I wanted to like this. I really, I'm not going to lie. I hate not liking Nebraska beers, right? Because Nebraska is really doesn't have a ton of breweries. There's probably a dozen throughout the whole state, maybe just a touch more than that. And so I really don't ever like trashing any Nebraska beer whatsoever. There's a certain brewery. It's across from my favorite tap room in Grand Island that I am not a fan of as well. And then there is another brewery that's in Axtell, Nebraska that I am not a fan of as well. And this is another one that I'm not a fan of. And they have a cool logo and they have a cool name and they're from Omaha. And I really want to like their beer. And I just don't. I just don't like their beers. And this is another one that I just don't like. And you know what? They're probably awesome guys. And that crew is probably pretty dope. And it's probably a cool spot to hang out. And all of those things. A brewery can have all of those things and just have shit beer. And you just have to, like, accept it. You just have to be cool with knowing that brewery is cool in every respect except for their beer sucks. And sometimes you just have to bite that bullet and hang out and just drink their trash beer. And sometimes you could, like, pinpoint what the problem is, right? With this certain one that's across from my favorite tap room in Grand Island. It's a water quality thing. I really, really feel it's a water quality thing. And so the people that run it are okay. You know, it's a cool spot. It's an old building. They did really cool stuff with it. And some of the people associated with that brewery are really cool people that I consider friends. But their beer is so bad. And then there's another one in Axtell. Again, cool name, cool people, garbage beers. And this is another one. I can't get my this is a dud for me. Omaha's Brickway Breweries jalapeno pineapple pilsner. It's a dud. So it does have jalapeno. It doesn't have a lot of heat to it by any means. I wasn't expecting that. So you do have that jalapeno taste. You do have a little bit of pineapple, but the pineapple is so dull that it doesn't add to the jalapeno the way it should, right? So what they should have done, and which I'm sure they didn't, is when they were brewing this beer, they should have added massive amounts of like pineapple pulp and jalapeno to the end of the boil. That's how you get that flavor punch. Boom, boom, boom. You don't necessarily get it throughout. You don't get that heat, but you get a huge, huge flavor punch. If you wait to the very end of the boil, very, very towards the end, then you get all those snappy, snappy flavors. And it just doesn't. So you could tell that it was added in when the mash was added in and whatever. And it's just and maybe they did, they just didn't do enough. So it doesn't have a crisp, bitey jalapeno taste like it needs to have for jalapeno. And it sure as hell doesn't have the sweetness. If they would have just increased the sugar content in this and bumped that ABV up to like a 6.8, man, this probably would have been tits. It probably would have been like fantastic, honestly. I really probably could have stood behind it because it would have been sweet with that, even with a dull jalapeno. As long as it's paired up with sweet, you get that sweet spicy or whatever. Man, it's usually a really winning combination. This doesn't have that. It's kind of mashed and muddled together. This is a 4 for me. Now, 4 is a beer I don't finish. I'm not going to chug the rest of this. It's just not good. I do have this other cup I could fill up here. It's just not fin. It's just it's on its way to being the right beer. I'm not gonna lie. Like I think that they're on to something. I feel like that's a super great combination. Pineapple and jalapeno would be a fantastic combination. It's just they didn't. There's no execution here. It's just it's not executed right. It's muddled. It's too dull. The flavors all blend together into like a almost into like a too weak jalapeno taste. It's just not good. It's not. I'm not a fan. Not a fan. All right. Wash my mouth out with a little Budweiser. Not that that's anything great to cleanse this palate with, but it is what it is. All right. Let's get into this last motherfucker right here, huh? I'm hoping the kids are in bed by now. It's 10 o'clock. I'm going to use my big boy voice, my big boy words, okay? So this is another one from June Shine. This is Midnight Painkiller. This is a 6%. It has coconut, pineapple, orange, and nutmeg. But it says right here, and so it's kind of cool. They're like giving you some instructions to follow in like a really I don't know how to like in your face kind of way. So if you look, the words are upside down. And so the words are upside down because it says, if you tip it over, it says probiotic, gluten-free, hard kombucha, flip can to arc to activate Jiminy Christmas charcoal. That's got to be that last one. That was garbage. Ugh, it tastes nasty in my mouth. So it says what's inside. It's got this nice little rundown of what's all in here. It says coconut, pineapple, orange, nutmeg, activated charcoal, honey, green tea, apple, cane sugar, and June kombucha. It says we crafted June Shine to brew honest alcohol for a healthier planet. Each unique flavor is brewed with real ingredients, high in probiotics and antioxidants. Real refreshing. This is made by June Shine Incorporated, San Diego, California. Of course, it's from California. Fucking hippies. And I'm just kidding. Super funny though. It's recyclable and everything. And then Ball, like the Mason Jar Company, sponsors this as well, or something to that extent. Maybe they're owned by the same company. Anyhow, so I'm gonna kind of flip this one or two times. Austin popping in here. What's up, playa? And I'm just gonna kind of flip here a little bit. Activate this charcoal that's in here. Apparently, like I said, this is my first time. What's up, Austin? This is my first time having hard kombucha. So the June Shine was like weird and so. I'm guessing this is gonna be similar, but I'm interested with the flavor profile and less interested because of this color. Gross. Okay. Just so everybody can see, this is what it is. June Shine. Kind of like some fruits on the sides in it. Whatever. So this, again, one more time. Rundown. Coconut, pineapple, orange, nutmeg, activated charcoal, honey, green tea, apple, cane sugar, and June kombucha. Okay. Ready? Ready for this color? Look at this nasty, gross looking like, what is that damn town with the nasty ass water down south? Something Missouri, right? Is that where? I don't remember what it's called. Oh, I don't remember what it is now. It looks like some nasty water is what it looks like. Oh, and I got a hair, even better. Let me leave that hair in there just for some extra flavor. Gross. It looks nasty. It so does. It looks gross. And there's a little bit of particulate, par for the course. There should be a fucking goldfish in here or something. There you go. Flint, Michigan. That's what I was thinking. Flint, Michigan water. That's what I would name this shit right here. I know that's super like non-PG or whatever, but yeah, fuck it. All right. Sorry. Again, my nose is kind of plugged up. Let's see what we get out of the nose here. Holy moly, it's got some stuff going on. But it still has Oh, I really want to like this, but it has this super raw, yeasty, kettle soury, bitter on the nose, throw uppy kind of thing going, and I'm not a fan of whatever it has going on the nose. And the bad thing is you taste so much through the nose that if it's garbage through the nose, it doesn't usually taste good. I really want this to be good. All right, ready? Klaheim. God damn it. Ugh. No. Ugh. No. Jesus Christ. Ugh. No. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. It's a 2. That's a 2. That's a 2. Oh god damn, it's gross. uh I think I'd rather drink pond water. So what I was hoping for was that all this fruit flavor would overpower that musty is the right word for it. It is this musty fruit plant-based smell that when like like wet doggy kind of when you leave your clothes in the wash machine too long kind of smell to it that's really hard to get past. But it also shits on the back of your tongue on the way down. And it's terrible. It's just horrible. It's not good. Every kombucha I've ever had is like, yeah, it's this fucking horrible. That Paloma one was not near as bad as this. But this is dog shit. This is dog shit. Austin's saying every kombucha he's ever had has been like this. They're not good. And you know what? People, if you can choke this shit down, more power to you. But I'm gonna give it one more because I didn't call it a one. A one is a one drink. A 1 out of 10 is a one drink, and I'll never put it in my mouth again. Okay? Makes vegans look bad. Yeah. Yeah. You don't like steak and good alcohol. That's what that means. So so 1 is a one drink. A 2 is usually a two drink. This is I rated it a 2. I will go back for one more drink. I'm not looking forward to it though. Oh, yuck! It tastes worse that way. I'm gonna eat some peanut butter after this. Get that nasty fucking taste out of my mouth. All right, for all the marbles, one more. Yuck! It's not good. It's not good. It's not good at all. Shame on you. Shame on you, vegans, for bringing such a nasty, disgusting fucking thing into this world. Ugh. All right, that was 2 drinks. That's almost half a glass. I'm done. I'm done with that shit. That's awful. That's god awful. Not good. Not good at all. We're gonna. I named this town Komboot what, and that's exactly gross. Never again. And you know what the bad part is? I've got like 5 more cans of this crap up in my. Ugh. I might make Kyle try some of this on the other podcast just to have him try it. Ugh. God, it's not good. It's not good. How do you sell this shit? How does anybody buy? I didn't buy this, by the way. Just in case anybody's like, oh, yeah, well, you bought it. No, I'm not the asshole that bought it. Somebody else bought it and goes, hey, you want some of this? And I'd be like, hey, you know what? I'll try anything once. Apparently, I tried it twice. I'm over it. I'm going to finish off this quarter of a Budweiser. Which now tastes like the best tasting beer I've ever had after that crap. Gross. Ugh. Gross. Yuck. Yuck. Karens that bitch at their landscapers are the ones that drink that shit because their insides are dead. Gross. Nope. Hard pass from me. I'm really disappointed now because I really had 3 beers that were just fucking awful tonight. And I didn't have one good beer. Except for this Budweiser. King of beers. Yikes. Ooh. You know what though? 1 second. I will be right back. I promise. I'll be damned if I don't end this podcast on a high note. We are going to be drinking a sampling of Sideshow Spirits Lincoln Bourbon Whiskey. All right. Sideshow Spirits is actually the first official distillery from Lincoln, Nebraska. They started in, I want to say, late 2019. They are owned by a couple of the owners of Kincaidor Brewing Company, also own Sideshow Spirits and others. They just went through and remodeled their whole spot. Now they have a huge tasting room and all kinds of places where you can go and hang out and try all their spirits. And then you can do really cool tours through the brewery. You can do like tastings, all kinds of stuff. Go check them out. Very, very cool spot. Very, very accommodating. Awesome people. And just fantastic spirits. My favorite spirit that they make is the jalapeno vodka. I do not and almost refuse to make Bloody Marys with anything but their jalapeno vodka now. But this is the Lincoln Bourbon Whiskey. So what I will say about this that's a little bit different is this is made of only corn. No. Yeah. This is the only corn version. And then there is a Nebraska bourbon whiskey, and the Nebraska one is made with wheat as well. Now, this, I believe, is actually the version that's actually sitting in barrels right now, that in December of this year will be the first official bourbon of Sideshow Spirits. As you guys may know, may not know, bourbon has a bunch of specific rules. It has to be a certain all corn mash bill. It has to be aged in oak barrels for 3 years. No many adjuncts, stuff like that. So there's a lot of rules to just being bourbon only. This is bourbon whiskey. This is single barrel, cask strength. There we go, 51% corn. Thank you, Austin. And so this is small batch. This is only aged for a year, at least a year. So that's why it's bourbon whiskey and not bourbon. There's rules. 3 years is the rules. But I think this is first year. This is batch number 001. So this was only about a year old. I lucked out and was able to get a batch number 001. You can even say it. There we go. 001. Here. There we go. 001. 118 proof, 59%. I will say that once I got past the shoulders on this bottle, which would be this right here, it really did open up a little bit more. And it did taste a little bit smoother. I do want some age to this, and once it gets the age to it, it's going to be fantastic. But for being a really young, juvenile version of a bourbon, it's actually really, really good. It does drink 118, though. I will not in any way, shape, or form tell you that it doesn't. It has really, really, really good legs to it. Nice amount of oils. Stays on the sides. All that skirting is really nice. All that lacing. But it smells hot. It comes in hot. And that's part of it being so young. I have tried this a couple of different ways so far. I have done straight. I've tried with a little bit of water or a little bit of ice. And then I've also done a regular orange bitters traditional old fashioned with it. That was probably my favorite with this one. But it needs to be it definitely needs to be aged a little bit more. And part of me wants to just use the rest of this bottle and go buy like a little barrel and like char the inside of a little barrel and then like, get some smoke to it. But and I've smoked one. I have smoked one before too. I forgot. I did smoke a glass of this too. And that didn't, in my opinion, didn't change it enough to do it again. But it wasn't bad. It just didn't have as much smoke as I wanted. So it's opened up a little bit more. Probably needs to breathe just a little bit more. Probably needs a little bit more age on it. But here we go. So on the nose, you're getting a lot of apple, is what I'm picking up. And caramel. It is burning right through my senses. The fact that it's that hot and it can burn right through my sinuses shows a lot about how young it is. When it's fresh like that, when it's like only a year old or so, and they bottle it right away, that's the only problem with it. When it's just barreled for about a year and stuff, you can tell. You can tell. Yep, exactly. Yeah, a little bit of, and it doesn't take much. Just a little bit of water, and I don't happen to have any water. I have beer. Beer's not water. Ooh, Austin, are you thinking what I'm thinking? Let's do it. Let's try it one time. Ready? I got Budweiser here, which is mostly water, and I'm only gonna do a little bit. I'm only gonna do like a couple of drops, nothing crazy. Come on, come on. There we go. All right, here we go. Here we go. So that all that was probably about maybe 4 or 5 drops of Budweiser, which is probably 90% water. It did. You could tell it calmed it down just a little bit. It's crazy as shit. All right, here we go. That still drinks hot. Ooh. Whew. Man, that drink's hot. That whole shit needs to calm the fuck down. It drinks hot. Austin, I need to send you some of this, buddy. Just so you can see what you feel like. I think it drinks hot. It drinks hotter than 118 in my opinion. Like it feels like I don't know. This is probably the hottest I have. I bet this 100%. I bet this is the hottest I have, at least taste wise. This is definitely the hottest I have because like Chugs is probably right up there, 118, 115, 118. Doesn't taste anywhere close to that. This drink's hot as fuck. Whew. Whew. Yeah. That's hot. Whew. Well, it's good. It'll just burn the ever living shit out of you. It does have a good taste, though. It has a good taste to where once it calms down, it'll be a lot better. But boy, howdy, is it fucking hot. It is what it is. That's the show. 46 minutes. I'm not running anything too late this time. We'll be back here on Thursday for another wonderful rip-roaring episode of an Unlikely Role Models. I'm pretty excited. We're going to talk about how Nebraska football's been going. Not great. We're going to talk about how fantasy football's going. Fan-fucking-tastic. I'm so excited for my... Oh, no. Ethanol hot. Ethanol hot for sure. Not cinnamon hot. Ethanol hot. It is hot. I bet I can run a fucking motor with this shit. But we're going to talk about fantasy football a little bit. We're going to talk about Nebraska football a little bit. We're going to talk some controversy going on right now a little bit too. And then we're going to get into some wild news stories. We're going to get into our regular shit that we always talk about. It should be good. We should have some kind of wild beers. I'm kind of running low in the fridge, so we might do a little comparison on a couple of them that we have. I'm going to try to have him pick up some beers, so we're going to have some surprise shit too. And I don't know. I'm really excited. That podcast has been going really great. If you guys could give me a follow over on the TikTok, not only at my page, Horny Gnome Bar, HORNEE Gnome Bar, all one word, but also over on Unlikely Role Models Pod, all one word. Unlikely Role Models Pod, all one word. I'm trying to get that up to 1,000 too, so we can go live from there. Again, I've been the Horny Gnome. This has been the Horny Gnome Bar. And this has been the Horny Gnome Booze Cruise Podcast. Wow, what a mouthful. Maybe I need to rethink that. Anyhow, I'm going to end it on a high note. I'm going to drink a little bit more of this bourbon whiskey. I'm going to finish off my beer. And I'm just going to chill, I think. Maybe throw some darts. I appreciate everybody. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for hanging out. Same bat station, same bat time in 2 weeks. And again, Thursday, 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, Unlikely Role Models Podcast. It will be live on the Horny Gnome Bar, TikTok and Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, yada, yada, yada. Twitch. I already said Twitch, didn't I? Whatever. Facebook, all that stuff. And if you have a topic that you want us to talk about, send it over. I'm willing to talk about whatever. Yeah, you guys stay good. Stay good to each other. Remember, beer makes you awesome. Peace.